What's up, y'all? YoAdrian here, and today we are back with another train sim video, and we are going to be on the racetrack route once again, doing a scenario called Off the CN. Good morning, driver. We are on the Canadian National Line from Green Bay, Wisconsin. This train is taken onto the Bnsf Line here at Ayola, Illinois, so that the train can head west, now to be filled with oil. Then we will return back this direction and head back up north. Right now, we will need to depart and head onto the Bnsf racetrack. We will have to set the switches to put us through the Ayola arrival W2 siding. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do just that. And let's go ahead and check out the scenario and drive some trains. Alright, dispatcher Bnsf 8254. Good morning, driver. We're on the Canadian National Line from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Oil train is taken onto the Bnsf line here at Ayola, so that the train can head west to be filled up, and we will turn back this direction and head back up north. Right now, we will have to set the switches to put us through the Ayola arrival W2 siding dispatcher out. Okay, well, we're not Bnsf 8254, that's for sure. There's a hotshot intermodal train coming through right there. It's got a couple Dash 9s and a SD70M-2. Let's go ahead and turn on our lights here. Very cool looking. CN SD75I. It is a repaint available on the Train Sim Corner, or Train Sim Community. And I will have a link in the description if you guys do want to check those out as well. Do got that oil train with another SD75I, as well as a CN-9. So yeah, definitely a full CN train here, and we got all the way back over here to our train. But like I said, we are heading off of the main line here on the CN, and we're going ahead to the Bnsf. So let's go ahead and release our brake. Go ahead and put the throttle in forward, sound the bell, and there we go. We are moving. Got this heavy oil train today. It isn't empty, so we will have to load it, and then we'll head back up here once we're done loading it. But we are not going to head back up here. I believe we're just taking it down to milepole 1.41. So yeah, stop at 1.41, so that is what we are doing today. Before we get into anything in this video here, hopefully you guys are having an awesome day today so far. Like I said, I don't know what day this will actually be uploaded, so hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. First things first though, I'm not sure exactly which subdivision this is, because I know 3 different subdivisions in Chicago. One is the Freeport, the Chicago subdivision, and then the Matteson subdivision for Canadian National. So I don't know exactly what subdivision this one is. It might be the Freeport. I honestly have no clue. I don't think it would be though. I'm not sure which one will come from Green Bay, Wisconsin, so it may be the Freeport. I could be wrong though, because the Freeport does kind of go the same way the racetrack does, it seems like. But I could be wrong though. I mean, I've been wrong before, so I really don't know. But it is kind of cool though that we do have this like short scenario here where we end up coming off of the Canadian National Line and going towards, you know, the Bnsf. And there are 2 repaints that do come in this pack. One, as you guys can see, our lead locomotive has the CN website, which is the current livery. And then the second one is just the CN Noodle, which is kind of like the factory delivered livery. So it does have 2 different liveries that come with the the skin pack. A lot of options here we can do in this locomotive. We got instrument lights, wipers. We can turn on the number board lights as well. This was actually one of my all-time favorite like locomotives back in the day, and as you guys can see, there is a metro right there. There's also a cab light, and this was honestly like one of the very first like fully functioning, or I should not say fully functioning, but one of the, you know, more functioning locomotives back in the day, because we have like all these different buttons here that we can use. Like these are step lights here, and they're all different sides, so we can do like the left side, the right side. We got a horn sequencer, or a bell. We can't really use the horn sequencer though. Ooh, so I know they said we have to set our own switches. So I don't see any switches so far except for that one. So let's go ahead and try to stop this train here. So I want to see what that switch is going to be. So that one is set for our movement. This one, I don't know. I don't know where they want us to actually go, so we're going to stop right here. And I'm going to have to kind of go on the F6 here, or F5, whatever it will be. Okay, so Eola Arrival W2 is this very last known track, or this very end track here. Okay, so we want to make sure all this stuff is set to the end track. This one is not. This one is. This one is aligned. This one is not aligned. Now it is. This one is aligned. And this one is not is aligned. Now I want to make sure these are aligned for our movement, which this one looks like it is now. And that one is aligned for us as well. Go ahead and release that brake again. But yeah, this was one of my like all-time favorite locomotives. I did not use it in the CN livery. I used it in the Bnsf War Bonnet livery that it came with. That is only because we didn't really have any Canadian national routes back in the day. Nothing really, you know, we mainly had like Union Pacific and BNSF routes. We had like the Marias Pass, Pacific Surfliner. Of course, when I first started playing this game, the only thing we had was the Castle Rock route, the Fort Kent, Ohio Steel, Cajon Pass, the Donner Pass. So everything we pretty much had was, you know, Union Pacific or BNSF, and then, well, actually it was more Union Pacific. And then BNSF started taking over with the Surfliner, you know, Stevens Pass, the, whatchamacallit, the Marias Pass and all that. So really, in reality, all we really had was Union Pacific. And then, you know, Sherman Hill came out as well. So, so yeah, for a majority of my Railworks life, we mainly just had Union Pacific to play with, which, you know, kind of got boring at times. Oh, and we also had the Horseshoe Curve, which I kind of made modernized myself. Look at all that power on that BNSF right there, man. But yeah, I did end up doing that. I kind of, well, I didn't like mess around with the route or anything, but I did end up, you know, adding like Norfolk Southern trains in the game, like different Norfolk Southern repaints and stuff like that. And I would make my own consist on the Horseshoe Curve, like I was an engineer for Norfolk Southern, basically, because, you know, I had a whole bunch of different trains going down. I had like steel coil trains, grain trains, coal trains, auto trains. The road railers weren't around back then, but like intermodal trains and all that fun stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I kind of been doing that, and then I kind of made my own scenarios on the Cajon Pass. Some of them I just, you know, took random locomotives and put them in front of different locomotives and stuff. So like these Norfolk Southern -9s here, we had those, but we didn't really have a any line to put them on except the Horseshoe Curve. But dispatch at 8254, make sure that the switches ahead of you are set to take us onto the main line. You'll have to tab the last signal out of the yard. Okay, so we will have to make sure all of these are out to the main line, which is fine. We'll get to that when we actually get to that. Because it says go via main 1.38, 1.39, stop at 1.41, and we're still 3 miles away from the main line. Or from there, so, well, maybe. Because it's not going down at all, so I'm wondering if, I have to set the tracks first for it to do that. There we go. That one's set. That one is set as well. This one is not. Oh, yeah, it was. That one's set. And then here is the main line. Main line's set too, so... Okay. Hold on a second. Are we supposed to be going backwards? I'm so confused right now because it's been at 3.37 for the longest time now, and it's not really moving much. Because we don't have anything on the rear, no locomotive, unless we're supposed to run around the train. I do not know. I'm kind of confused on what we're actually supposed to be doing. Maybe if I reset it? Nope. Because it'd be mile 38, main 1, mile 38. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now it's going down, so... That's weird how it glitches like that. I don't understand it. Like, it'll tell you you're a certain, you know, distance away, but it's glitched. So then once it gets to that spot, it will start counting down, which I think is kind of weird because you're kind of looking at it like, am I going the wrong way or am I going the proper way? And, you know, it's just glitching. Like, you just don't know until, you know, you hit that certain spot. And then it's like, okay, no, it's working now. There's our lovely old train behind us there. Honestly, I should have thrown in the new JR, or not new, but jointed rail tanker cars in, but I'm just like, you know what? We're only taking this thing so far away. We're not really, you know, looking at the tankers much, and, you know, it's not too long of a scenario. We're not doing much mainline running. You got this nice Bnsf Jiva over here, though. So I'm like, you know what, we'll just keep the default Kuju, I believe it's Kuju, Kuhu, however you want to pronounce it. Just keep their rail cars in. So we got to clear to an diverging approach diverging. Knocking down that clear right there. She's all red now. There is a BNSF intermodal train to our left here. And I know they said we'll have to tab for this signal, even though, no we don't, because it's a diversion clear now. Man, look at that. This just looks nice. That repaint looks super good. This is actually my first time using this repaint, because I've had this in my game, or I've had this downloaded for the longest time, and I've never actually put it in my game until now, and I'm kind of glad I did, because this is a super nice repaint. And it's more than a repaint. Like I said, it comes with 2 different locomotives. But it also comes with 4 scenarios, or no, 3 scenarios for it that are, I believe it's on the Fort Kent or like the Ohio Steel route or something along those lines. It's one of those like early routes, but it does come with 3 to 4 scenarios for it that we will be checking out as well. We won't be using this locomotive. We'll be using other like CN locomotives, but yes, so that is a cool thing, and that is actually one thing that I like to do. I like to show off things, and a lot of these scenarios that you see on the Steam Workshop or, you know, whatever, they always come with like the default stuff. So you'll get like the default, you know, RSC Gevos and, you know, the SD70s that aren't, you know, repainted mods or whatever. So what I like to do is I honestly like to, you know, change it up a little bit. Like, I'll change up the freight cars, or if it's like a straight hotshot run, I'll change up like the freight cars. Sometimes I'll change the leader, change out the lash up and stuff like that, and because I like to make it, you know, so I can showcase stuff out. Like this one, don't really have anything to change because this scenario I haven't, you know, we haven't showcased the CN SC75Is yet. And this is my first time, you know, driving them as well. So definitely a nice experience. But then, you know, if we do the other scenarios, I may or may not, you know, have this one be the lead, or I may have something else be in the lead. You know, you just never know. This one I didn't even mess around with the consist with at all. Even though I probably should have, because there is a Grand Theft or a Grand Trunk Western SD70 Heritage unit, or SD70M2 I should say. Heritage unit that I cannot get to work for the life of me because the install instructions have a file, or say that I have to move a file into my thing that I do not have in my directory, and my directory for that is all unpacked, so every file that I'm supposed to have is in there. But it's telling me to move a GOPC whatever file, the geo file, into a folder that I don't have in there in the default one. So I'm like, I can't get it to work properly. The engine won't start up. It won't move. I have to run it from a different locomotive basically. So we got an empty bare table train. That's interesting. Haven't seen one of those in like forever. An empty bare table train. So we're good to run 20 now, it looks like. We don't really have too long of a train, I guess. But yeah, so we will be showing off that Grand Trunk here in a scenario shortly. Probably, I'm not sure when. I don't know if it's gonna be with the CN. It'll probably be with like another freight company. It'll just be mixed in the consist there, as like a dead in tow locomotive. So yeah, that's what we'll do with that. That's the only one that I'm gonna be, you know, not showcasing leading, but I'm gonna be showcasing as trailing. So I don't know what file I'm missing or how I can obtain it, but I verified the game and like verified the files and everything like that. I tried to unpack the folder again, to no avail. It still shows up that that one folder that it's asking for is not in there. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to do to get it to work. So we're just, you know, I'm just not going to worry about it. We'll have it trailing. If I can get it to work, then, you know, we'll have it leading. But as of right now, it is looking for that one. And the sticker, whatever the CN ST70M-2 with the sticker, will be the same thing. So I'll probably just have them leading on or trailing on the same consist. I don't know. But here we are in Aurora, heading towards Aurora basically, because this is the cutoff to where Metra goes. So we're basically just going out of here. I'm going to try to speed up a little bit. We're on the main right now. Or rear of the train is just passing those Chivos parked on that one main over there. So yeah, guys, this is a nice short little run, you know, just sometimes I like to do these like short runs, you know. I don't know, it's just kind of like, I don't know, this game just relaxes me a little bit. It's just something about like this game or like American Truck Sim. It's just relaxing when you play it, you know. It's like, I don't know, it's just like a mood, or I don't know, it's not like a mood thing, but it's like a mood stabilizer. I don't know, it just relaxes me. It's like a fun game to play when you know you're stressed or whatever. It just kind of calms you down basically. So yeah, that's why I like playing these games, because, you know, it calms me down. It, you know, they do make me happy playing these games. What's it called? They are pretty fun to play, especially since, you know, I like trains and stuff, so it does help out quite a bit. But, you know, if you're not into trains, maybe like Call of Duty, or like those types of games like Apex or whatever, you know, maybe those types of games calm you down and stuff. But not me, man. I rage at Call of Duty. Don't really care for Apex. PUBG I rage at. You guys have seen the videos. I do rage at that game a lot. Maybe Fortnite's your thing. Fortnite's not really my thing. So yeah. There's some Metro trains in the yard back over there, man. Wonder if there's any at the platforms. No, there's not. No, there is not. So they want us to go to 1.41, about 4 miles away from where we're at right now. Man, look at that CN train, though. That looks nice. See, I never thought that CN would actually be on the racetrack, but there is another one with an SD75i. 3 of them leading elephant style on a manifest train. That's different. That is definitely different. So they got 3 SD75is that either Bnsf is hauling, or they just had to come off of that track again that we just came off of, and they're going back on there. I don't know. But yeah, they got See, this is the thing that I was talking about when I was showing off the Canadian Pacific River sub. Is that they put all these different cars like together. So like you have all these tank cars towards the end. You have like cars that are all together. And it's just like, I don't like that. Like, I like the way trains are with the variety and stuff. I understand if you're like my train, that's a complete oil train, you know, you got all the tank cars. But if you're going to do like a manifest train, and I know there's some special occasions where, you know, a manifest train is literally, you know, the same car for like half the train or whatever. I understand that, but not all manifest trains are going to have the same, you know, 5 cars in a row or 3 to 4 cars in a row, and then you just go move on to like hoppers and stuff. Then on our right will be the Bnsf Line that runs north to the states of Washington and Minnesota. The line we will be taking is a line out west to California and Nevada, where we will fill out our tank cars and head back north. Okay, well, I was trying to slow down for the 35, but I slowed down a little too much. So my question is, we have that CN over here. Does that mean we're going to have to leave that one on the rear as a... I wonder. Because we got the two facing the opposite directions of 75 eyes, and then we have the dash 8 or the dash 9. So I'm wondering if the dash, or it's a dash 8, one of the two. So I'm wondering if that GE is going to be a DPU, and we are going to be basically, you know, the pullers of the train, and that's just going to be a DPU. That's the only thing I can think of, since, you know, the SC-75I is the only locomotive facing the proper way, and I don't think they're going to have us lead long hood forward, so... Although you do never know. You never know what might happen on the railroad. Stranger things have happened. I remember there was a story, or I've actually seen pictures of it, where an Amtrak train broke down. It was one of the Illini Saluki services, or City of New Orleans, or something along those lines. I think it was the City of New Orleans. And seeing they had to borrow a locomotive from Canadian National, and well, let's just say the GEVO that they handed them, the Amtrak engineer had to run long hood forward. And of course, he's in a locomotive he's not too familiar with, because, you know, the City of New Orleans only travels with P-42s. So he's in a very, like, you know, strange, a foreign locomotive to him. And he has to run that, you know, long hood forward without anyone in the conductor side, since the Amtrak trains usually only run with one person, I believe. I know the intercity ones usually do. I don't know about the city. They might run with 2. I don't know. But he had to be in a foreign locomotive running long hood forward, which is a little bit longer than the P-42. So I bet that engineer was having a rough day for sure. I bet you he was not having a fun day. So I doubt they're going to have us run long hood forward, but we have just gotten word the Illinois Zephyr has jumped the switches up ahead. No passengers have been injured, but the locomotive is currently off the track. We will need to pull to a stop before the Montgomery Industry sidings. You do have permission to go through the red signal ahead of you. The Amtrak had hit the signal, causing it to display a red aspect. Okay, so the Amtrak train had derailed. That was weird. We were literally just talking about Amtrak and an engine failing, and here we have an Amtrak train with a derailed locomotive. That's interesting. That was interesting for sure, man. So we do have permission to go through this signal. I kind of want to see this Amtrak train, you know. I do really want to see it. I don't know if this... Yeah, so we do have a whistle post for this crossing. Okay, so we have a restricting up here. We'll have to protect this crossing here with our horn. I think they added a new horn into the update as well. Oh, it says denied. I wonder why it said denied. If it said we were able to proceed past it, why did it say denied? Is the switch land properly? Yeah, it is. Interesting. I don't know. Do not know, but we were going to run past it just because we were told to, so. That's not the Amtrak, is it? Or is that a freight train? I think that's a freight train. Oh, there's the Amtrak. Oh, boy. That's not good. Alright, so we seen the Amtrak there. He did jump the tracks a little bit. I'm going to try to stop this train beforehand so we can get a look at the Amtrak train from where we are at. Yeah, he did jump the tracks for sure, man. Definitely jumped the tracks for sure. Looks like either the switch was aligned the wrong way or something. I don't know. But I want to go take a look at that scene once again because that was kind of different. And you guys probably did see they used the VLC P42 and the VLC passenger cars, which is basically the very low poly count stuff, so that the racetrack route can function, you know, without stuttering or anything. With all the Metro trains in the yard and the Amtrak in the yard, so they really use a low poly count, a very low quality locomotive and stuff as well. So so we're gonna be stuck here for a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of stop right here for a moment, kind of take a look at this wreck scene over here. I'm wondering how the Norfolk Southern came to a stop so quickly. Okay, we'll just kind of slowly creep towards the signal here. But yeah, man, definitely jump that track for sure. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. And he's running the 3 superliners that Illinois Zephyr would normally run in the wintertime. That's crazy. It don't look like he's off the tracks, though. He might be. I don't know. He might be off the tracks. Bet you we're going to have to pull him out. Bet you we're going to have to unhook from our train. Pull back these coach cars from the locomotive and let the locomotive just hang out in the siding for a minute or two. Or for a couple hours. Dang, man. That's crazy. That is super crazy. And we were just talking about an Amtrak train breaking down, so that's kind of ironic and odd that this is in the scenario. That's really cool though that they implemented that. I mean, not cool that, you know, the train's derailed, but it's kind of cool that, you know, I just thought this was going to be a pretty straightforward run. But then come to find out, no, there's an Amtrak that has derailed ahead of you and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty damn cool, man. Pretty cool stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy this short little scenario run. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and join that Discord server as well, guys. Trying to get it more active in there, so please, if you have not already and you are watching this till the end, please join the Discord server. I am trying to get it more active in there, and I'm trying to be more active in there as well, so please do join the server if you guys haven't already. We're trying to get this 0.01% going strong, and our train is stalling here, so hopefully we can get it up there. And oh, well, duh. And I can see why we're stalling. We don't have throttle. Oh, nope. We don't want to go downhill. Yeah, I think we're on it. I believe we're on it. Let's see. Yep, we're on it. Cool. Let's go ahead and turn off the headlights. Everything else, the number board lights can stay on. And all that fun stuff. But yeah. So we're just stopped here waiting on this Amtrak that we're ahead of here. Not good. Not good at all. Luckily the passengers were okay. So we have gotten word that the Amtrak is going to be stuck here until another locomotive can be dispatched from Chicago to finish the rest of the journey out west. Dispatcher out. Thank you for playing another Steven Jam of YouTube scenario. Oh, this is a Steven Jam scenario? Man, Steven Jam does make some pretty damn good scenarios. I will say that. So if you guys haven't checked out Steven Jam, he does have a YouTube channel. I'll have it linked in the description down below. He does do a lot of cool showcase videos as well. He kind of is like true rail simulation showcase person. So hopefully I can find some more scenarios of his, because he's got some pretty damn good ones. We've showcased some of his in the past, and they've been pretty good so far. So I'll have his channel linked in the description down below if you guys do want to check it out. And yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll catch y'all later. Take care.